Welcome to the July edition of Tile TV. For the mobile version of this episode, please use the link in your Tile TV release email.
Hello and welcome to the July edition of Tile TV, your source for the tile industry's latest news and information. I'm Deborah Brandon.
And I'm Bobby Dodge. Coming up on this edition of Tile TV, we go on-site for a report from the NTCA 5-Star Contractor Leadership Conference at Crossville, and later we join NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan for our tech tip on movement accommodation for tile and stone. Tile contractors from around the country recently came together in Crossville, Tennessee for the NTCA 5-Star Contractor Leadership Conference hosted by Crossville Tile. Here with the report is Tile TV reporter Chris Welfel of Artcraft Granite Marble and Tile.
5-Star contractors from the National Tile Contractors Association are gathered in the heart of Tennessee, thanks to the hospitality of Crossville Incorporated.
Plant 1 is one of the most fascinating plants in the whole industry. We do everything there. We recycle product. We are now a net consumer of waste because we recycle some waste from another manufacturer. We make trims. We have mosaics. We have metal products in Plant 1.
This tile manufacturer understands that certified installers are the key to successful projects, and they help Crossville maintain its commitment to excellence. So hosting the group's annual meeting just made good sense.
When we found out about the 5-Star contractors, their commitment to excellence, and their participation in the Ceramic Tile Education Foundation program for contractors, we thought, what better way for us to show our support when to host them and let them learn a little bit about some of the systems and processes that we use in our educational programs.
Today, our large format goes to 24 by 36, that's in inches. Small format, like I said, 12 by 12. We cut some modulars out that are smaller. But the whole job out here is large format glazed porcelain tile.
Well, first of all, we want to thank Crossville for hosting the 5-Star Contractor meeting this summer, and we look forward to more meetings like this. The reality is that you can make the most beautiful tile in the world, and it can come from China, it can come from Italy, it can come from Spain, it can be produced in the United States. But it doesn't matter if the installation is not top quality. And what the 5-Star Contractors do is they take that production of beautiful ceramic tile and they make it into a masterpiece. And the manufacturers like Crossville that understand this have brought the 5-Star Contractors into their plant to show them the technology that goes into producing the tile, to bring in top business speakers so that we can look at not only how we install tile, but how we run our businesses, because companies like Crossville and others that support the NTCA and specifically our 5-Star Contractor program recognize that great installation companies, top contractors, 5-Star contractors are really the way that they can have successful installations.
Here at Tile TV, we're always looking for new ways to help tile contractors provide their clients with the highest quality service possible. Here to help us with this month's edition of Tech Tip is NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan.
Hello everyone, I'm Gerald Sloan. I'm the Training Director for the National Tile Contractors Association. Today's Tech Tip will focus on movement joints as it pertains to tile and stone installations. The movement joint we'll talk about today is a generic movement joint, and the specific techniques for a successful movement joint installation. We'll be using 100% silicone, and I'll show the tech tips that can help you be successful with tile and stone installation movement joints. First off, I want to point out some of the materials that we're working with. Today we're going to be working with a bond breaker tape, a material that's used to be placed in the very bottom of the joint. And that's important to use because if we do not use that, the sealant material can stick to the bottom. We don't want that to happen. We want it to bond to the sides only. So we want a two-sided bond, not a three-sided. So the bond breaker tape protects the bottom of the joint and prevents the sealant material from bonding to the bottom. Now, the next thing we need to do is follow very close with our taping of our tile for a nice, neat, clean edge. Not to allow that material to go over on the edge of the tile, but we want to make sure that it's at the very corner. If it goes too far and creates a problem with it being into the joint, that can be an issue. And the same thing with being too far back. We want to make sure that it's right on that edge. Nice, clean, neat installations. So that being here, make sure that's sealed off nice and tight so the sealant material does not get up underneath, and it gives us a clean edge to work with. Now, I'll use the 100% silicone material. As I'm doing my installation, you'll notice that it's going to be a little bit excessive. See the extra material that's beginning to bubble up? That's okay. It's a good idea to have a little bit extra, because that's what the tape is for, is to protect from excessive material overloading the top. Now I'll stop at this point and then I'll start tooling. The tool that I'll use, very generic plastic spoon, and also soap, dishwashing soap on that plastic spoon. That's to prevent the silicone materials from sticking to the tooling device. Just dampen that with the dishwashing detergent, and as you can see, it makes for a really, really nice tooling device. Now, once I've done that, if I see a spot or two, I can use my finger to point that up or slick that out. Now, as long as I've got the material on my finger, then little chance of that silicone bonding to my finger. Now, the next thing is to remove the tape. Actually pulling the tape up and across the joint slowly, carefully, and then have that immediately to go to the trash. And then the other side the same way, just cross over the joint, and that way if there are any stringers, then it'll fall over onto the joint and not onto your tile. Now, with that being removed, we will do any final tooling or true up that needs to be done with our tooling spoon to dress up anything that needs to be dressed. And that's your finished product. That works extremely well for movement accommodation, to allow your tile to expand and contract. Tile and stone installations require that we have movement accommodations. Remember, never grout solid to any dissimilar surface, changes in plane. Always use a flexible material for allowing that to move and to expand and contract. This comes from EJ 171 out of the Tile Council of North America Handbook. Highly recommend that you look into that. There's a lot more information there. It can make a big difference in your quality of installations and your success. With that being said, again, I'm Gerald Sloan, the National Tile Contractors Association. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Tile TV, keeping you up to date on all of the tile industry's latest developments. I'm Bobby Dodge.
And I'm Deborah Brandon. Make sure to stay tuned after the broadcast for new product and service information. Thank you for watching.
Tile TV is brought to you by these fine sponsors: Laticrete and OMG National.